So in this video, I'm going to be talking about a really big problem that not a lot of YouTubers are talking about that could really destroy a lot of YouTube channels come January 1st. And I'm not talking about COPPA. In fact, I made an 18-minute video about COPPA. I went to Washington, D.C. yesterday and talked to the commissioners there, and I don't think COPPA is as big of a threat anymore. And if you guys are interested in that video, I'll have a card on screen and link in the description. This video is about a much bigger problem that a lot of YouTubers just simply aren't talking about, mostly because everyone's kind of freaking out about COPPA right now. And this issue has the potential to really destroy a lot of YouTube channels, even more so than COPPA itself. And that is the YouTube algorithm. Now, let me explain a bit about what that is for the people who don't know what the YouTube algorithm is. So the YouTube algorithm is basically how it's the magic behind YouTube. If you're watching this video on the right-hand side of this video or below it, if you're on mobile, you'll see other recommended videos. And those videos are there because the algorithm thinks that you may enjoy them. And that's pretty much how a lot of viewers find new videos and how a lot of viewers find their favorite YouTube channels. That's probably how a lot of you guys found me and your other favorite YouTubers. You're watching a video and then one of my videos popped up on the right side or below the video or somewhere and you clicked on it and we're like, wow, I like this guy. And we'll come 2020 when the COPPA system goes into effect on YouTube, a lot of that is going to be changing. And again, not a lot of people are talking about this. Now, there's two big problems here that we're going to talk about. The first problem is specifically kid YouTubers. So YouTube has a bot that will detect if your videos are for kids or not, and it will automatically set your videos as for kids if it thinks your video is. Now, I've noticed something about this bot that, once again, not a lot of people are talking about, and that is the fact that if you have a kid in your video, the bot currently seems to automatically be marking that as for kids. So I've talked to a lot of other YouTube content creators, and most of their videos that had kids in them, that had like their face in them or a video of them, like they were actually in the video, then that video got marked as for kids. In fact, the only video on my entire channel out of 3,000 plus videos and live streams that got marked as for kids was a Stranger Things music video. Now, I'm not going to show the music video on screen because I don't want this video to get marked as for kids, but that was the only video of mine that got marked as for kids. And the reason why it got marked as for kids was because it had the Stranger Things kids in them. And here's the thing, the Stranger Things kids aren't actually really kids. They're 15, 16, 17. One of them, I believe, is even 18 years old. They just look like they're younger. And so what's happening here is because they look like they're younger, because they look like they are young kids around the age of 13, the YouTube bot is automatically marking them as kids, and they're marking the videos that they're in as for kids. Now, this means two things. Number one, if you are a kid YouTuber and you have your face cam or maybe even possibly your voice in the video, YouTube may automatically mark your videos and your channel as for kids. And if that happens, then, obviously, then none of your videos will get recommended and you pretty much won't be making money at all on YouTube. And the second issue is any channels that have kids in them, in their videos, so like family vlog channels or family gaming channels, or sis versus bro comes to mind. I'm not going to show it on screen because I don't want this video to get hit, but I guarantee you most of their videos, sis versus bro, they probably got marked as for kids. So what this means is the algorithm and the bot that detects this stuff is going to be a really big problem for any YouTubers that are around the age of 13, maybe a little bit older. As of right now, it seems to automatically be marking those videos, any videos with kids in them, as for kids. And obviously that is a big problem. Not every video that has kids in them is automatically for kids, but that's what the bot seems to currently think. Now, the other big issue along these lines that no one's talking about is how the algorithm is going to change in 2020, even if you make very mature adult videos. So let me give another example real quick of how the algorithm works. So let's say, for example, that I made videos similar to PewDiePie, and a lot of my videos got recommended next to PewDiePie's videos. And let's say that a lot of my new subscribers and a lot of my views come from my videos being next to PewDiePie's video. But let's say that PewDiePie were to set his channel as for kids. That means that my videos will no longer be recommended next to his videos, which means that my videos will start making less views, they'll start making less money, and it's really a downward trend. So even if you do make mature content that's not for kids. If your videos are recommended on a lot of channels that are for kids, then those views are just going to go bye-bye. They will no longer be there in 2020, which means a lot of channels, big and small, are going to take a really big hit. Now, the other issue here is how the algorithm itself is going to change. Obviously, YouTube will no longer be recommending for kid videos, but other than that, that's really all we know about it. The big issue and the big question here is, since YouTube has said that the bot will be learning over time about how what is or isn't a kid video, is, well, we don't really know what that means or how that's going to work because YouTube hasn't said anything. And what I'm afraid of is this. Let's say, for example, that there are 1,000 Minecraft YouTube channels. I know there's a lot more, but just for this example, let's say there's 1,000 Minecraft channels on YouTube. And let's say that 600 of those mark their channel as for kids. Well, that means that 600 Minecraft channels will be marked as for kids, and 400 YouTube channels that do Minecraft will be marked as not for kids. Since there will be more Minecraft channels marked as for kids than not, does that mean that the YouTube bot will then mark all Minecraft videos as for kids? We don't know, because YouTube hasn't clarified that. And the same issue could arise with Roblox. The same issue could arise with Fortnite or any other topic or genre there is. And the other thing I worry about is, will having videos marked as for kids affect your entire channel? YouTube says that having a video marked as for kids doesn't really affect anything outside of that video, but like in the past, what YouTube says and what actually happens sometimes doesn't really match up. For example, everybody and their mom knows that if you have a video that gets demonetized, then that video will not get promoted as much and that video will just not perform well. And if you have a lot of videos on your channel that are demonetized, then your entire channel just doesn't get promoted as much. That's why a lot of YouTubers don't swear much in their videos anymore. That's why PewDiePie, even though he does swear every now and then, he normally bleeps it out, or he just doesn't swear as much as he did 3, 4, 5 years ago. So what I'm worried about here, and what I think a lot of creators should be worried about and asking YouTube for more, transparency on, and asking YouTube to clarify on this, is if you do have videos marked as for kids, does that mean that YouTube will just stop promoting your channel? They say it won't or shouldn't happen, but obviously we don't know, because we've seen this happen dozens of times in the past. So just to kind of recap here, if you are a YouTuber that is a kid or a teenager that looks a little bit younger, then your entire channel could be at risk here, not because of the COPPA or the FTC, but just because of the YouTube bot itself, the bot that is going to be categorizing videos as for kids or not. And there's really nothing that you can do about it besides we can all ask YouTube for clarification. And if I do get the opportunity to ask YouTube about this, I straight up will ask them about this. But currently, I have not been in contact with really anyone from YouTube about this. I'm really hoping that I can get a meeting with someone from YouTube in the COPPA team that worked on this, so I can ask them all of these questions, because these are really big questions that we just don't know the answers to. And so what I fear is going to happen is, come January 1st, 2020, in a few weeks from now, a lot of channels will just wake up and their channels, their videos will just stop being promoted as much and recommended as much because of this new system. And the biggest issue with big changes like this to YouTube is we don't really know how it's going to affect stuff until it actually starts affecting people. So this could be a really big problem that destroys a lot of channels in a few weeks, or it may not be a problem at all. More often than not, it is a problem, but like I said, we just simply don't know. So those are the biggest things I think creators should be worried about on YouTube. Obviously, share this video around. Let's get a lot of conversation and people talking about this, because I do see this as a really big issue that not a lot of people are talking about, because, kind of everyone's focusing on COPPA right now. And that's understandable, because, people don't want to get fined. But I think there is a bigger issue here, and that's the YouTube algorithm. It's not going to, the FTC is not going to affect us much, at least up front, as the YouTube algorithm will. Well, the YouTube algorithm holds all of our channels in its hand, and all of a sudden it can just throw us away. And that's the scary part here. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Are you a YouTuber that is a teenager or a kid? Are you worried about this? What do you think about the YouTube algorithm issues? Let me know down below. I'm interested to see what you guys are saying. Thank you guys so much for watching, though. Again, if you want to check out my 18-minute video on the COPPA situation, I'll have that linked in the description or out there in a card. Just click the little info button. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!